Hi, good morning, and welcome to the FoodSense Q and A that we do every Wednesday at 8 a.m. London time. And I will really just sort of essentially just jump into it. So let me go forward and click through the question that came in this week. Don't forget that we do a live webinar and demo every month. The next one's on the 22nd of August, but I'll skip over that quickly now. And just to say that I said the 22nd of August there, but we're having a live demo also on the 29th of August, and I'll put some links up to that as well. So let me go a little faster and just say this week we're actually dealing with ginger. Let me just check. Yeah, so this week we are dealing with ginger, and one of our clients has a sort of essentially a problem. That first of all, we've fixed this, let's say, issue that this is ginger. So ginger is one of the tests that we can do on this platform, and they're getting a result 1904.2 micromolar, and they're also getting a result which is sort of slightly nonsense units, that this is grams per mole, or 6.5 grams per mole. So first of all, how do we sort of essentially fix that? First of all, let's say we've actually fixed the app, so they probably just need to update the app, because now it will give micromolar, and it'll give milligrams, milligrams per liter. I should be kind of clear with what I'm saying. Milligrams per liter. Now what I want to do is they want to know how to get into grams per 100 grams. So first of all, let me take the result that they had, which was 1904.2 micromolar, I should say. I've slightly changed the units to be 1904.2 micromoles per liter. I know this is a very silly emphasis on these words, but this is chemistry. It's not the most easiest unit, I would say. So what I've then done is divided by 1,000 to give moles per liter. So I'm trying to get myself towards what they want to do. And then obviously I've times it by the molecular weight. So I've taken 0.0019, times it by 294.39. And now I have grams per liter, 0.56 grams per liter. And I've just assumed that 1 liter of water weighs 1 kilogram, which is a fairly reasonable assumption. And I've done 0.56, therefore grams per kilogram, because they want these, which is here, because they want these units in grams per 100 grams. I've then divided by 10, so I'm not looking at 1 kilogram, I'm just looking at a tenth of it, which is 100 kilograms, and I get down to this kind of 0.056. Now I have said that we've actually not improved, but we fixed a bug in the app as well. We got rid of that kind of silly unit. So I just want to kind of show you something that if I just kind of go up slightly, we did a test where we found out that the particular ginger test we got 1130.4 micromolar. So I'll just show you the kind of quick spreadsheet that we have on that. So if I take my spreadsheet and I put in that unit there, right, so then what it'll do is it'll just update everything once I hit return. So I'll just try to make this a bit bigger, and then it tells me that, so for example there, that would be 33 milligrams, sorry, I should say 0.33 grams per 100 grams. I've actually done it so that it comes down to what's called ppm, parts per million. The reason being is that, at least in our experience so far, a lot of people who are dealing with ginger products do seem to be using parts per million, and maybe we should even, if we get some feedback, we should even make our own app say parts per million. But that said, I have manually checked the app, that the app, if the app is giving out 1130.4, which is doing here 1130.4, it also gives you milligrams per liter, which is which is great. Which I realize is I've got it as milligrams per kilogram, but that's 332.8. So I know that these two things are right. And just to say milligrams per liter, you could also think of it as parts per million, 332.8 parts per million. I think more people are using parts per million sort of in the ginger, I don't want to call it industry, I'm not sure what to call it, but in that in that environment. All right, so if I was to summarize up, let me summarize up a little bit. So this is, I think, came off the user's phone. The micromoles make sense to me. The micromolar rather makes sense to me. The grams per mole is just a bug, silly. We have fixed it. They probably just need to update their app. And if I just go back to their original number, which is 1904.2, let me just check my, bring my spreadsheet in there. 1904.2, I think that was what it was. 1904.2, yeah. So I'll just put in, whoops-a-daisy, 1904.2. So that will give them an answer of 0.056 grams per 100 grams. Though I'm not sure that that's the best units to think of this in. And I have taken it down to be 560, 560.58 ppm. So let me go back to this and go back through my slides a little bit more. So we've changed the app, checked the app. I've checked those calculations. Those calculations look good. I think it's more typical not to do grams per 100 grams. I think it's more typical to do ppm. If you request it, I think we probably will have to change the app to say ppm as well. And we have tested other people's products in the past, and it's interesting actually because the one thing about ginger products is, at least the ones we've tested so far, they're always quite pungent, like 6,000 ppm and 16,000 ppm. The nice thing is about the way we do our work is there's no doubt about it for us. We can literally see these raw signals because if the data's syncing with the Julie clouds, we can see the raw signal. So it's not like, oh, it's wrong. No, we can see that fingerprint, so we know that it's right. So yeah, the material that we're looking at the moment, at least I think if that's the customer's data, is looking quite mild compared to some of the other things that we've tested in the past. But it may be just that they haven't yet worked on their kind of extraction test. So what can I say on this? At ZP, obviously, if you're a client, we will give you one-on-one training. And of course, if you have questions that come in during the week, or you have questions, drop us some note as this person has. You know, we've obviously checked their calculations and we've done our own calculations. I hope that really helps. So don't forget to contact us. So the next Q and A webinar will be next Wednesday on the 2nd of August. So any questions that come in during the week, then they will be swept up and put into the next webinar. And there's also a live demo on the 22nd of August. So if you've got any questions for ZP, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Okay, thanks very much.